we have been joined, as you can all see, by AJ Allmendinger, who's out here testing in advance of the Toyota Save Mart 350 and his number 47 Kingsford entry with JT Daughtry Racing. Excuse me.
Yeah, I know. That's why I just say NASCAR 47.
NASCAR 47.
47, the 47 team.
The 47 team.
Yeah,
Why don't you give everybody
the
an appropriate due?
Yeah. That's why our Twitter handle's NASCAR 47.
So yeah, just talk about maybe what you guys are doing this morning. I know you've been on and off track a lot and waiting for the track to heat up, but what you're trying to accomplish today, and then you'll be back on Thursday testing in advance of the race here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's it's really key to be able to test at a track that you're racing at. You know, we get NASCAR allows 4 tests, and with my background, this and Watkins Glen being a great shot for hopefully for us to have a chance to go win the race. So really just shaking down the car. It's our first time being on a road course this year. So initial trying to shake down the car and then just get it to where hopefully when we come back, whatever the weather conditions are, we can start pretty close to where we ended and are exactly the same. And it makes the weekend a lot easier once you start. You know, the track changes a lot. You know, you get 43 cars out here. A lot of rubber gets put down. So the track will change a lot throughout the weekend. But as long as we have a close starting spot to start the weekend, I feel like it'll help. It's a big weekend, and it's a weekend that we know as a race team we'd come here and have a shot to really win the race. And with the NASCAR rules now, you win and you're in to make the chase. So with Kingsford and Clorox, it'll be a cool, for me being a hometown race and to have the sponsor here. It'll be a good time, and it's important to them. So. It really does help for us to come out here and benefit not only our race team but our sponsors, being a hometown race. So, it's just important for us. We don't get with our race team being small as we are, we don't get a lot of testing. I think this is legitimately our second test of the year. So, just any track time we get, it helps us to really help focus on the weekend and then help develop going into the future and being Watkins Glen being the other road course race. So. Hopefully we learn a lot. It's cool that we get to be out here. It's good and bad. You get out here by yourself. I can definitely say when I leave the test, I'm the fastest car here. So it's good for the sponsors. I can tell Clorox and Kingsford, hey, yeah, we were dialed in, quickest car. So, but it's good. You don't. For me as a driver, you don't focus on other people out there. Oh, okay, what times are they running? What are they doing? You just focus on your car and what feels good. So. It's important for us to have these 2 days.
Can you talk about NASCAR's new qualifying format? This will obviously be the first time on a road course with the 2 sessions. Can you talk about how that's gone for you this year and how you think it'll shape up here?
I think for the sport, it's been really good just to constantly having cars on the racetrack. One car at a time. It's not a lot of fun for the fans to be out there to watch. Allows the sponsors to be able to be on TV more. I think it builds that excitement, whether you're a go or go home car trying to make it in the top 36, or you're just trying to get through the first group and into the second group. And, here it'll be interesting because there'll be traffic. I mean, it's hard to get out of it. Even when you finish a lap, when you tape up, your car gets heated up. You're trying everything you can to slow down and not overheat your car, especially to go into the next group. So I definitely think there'll be a lot of action just because you can't hide on the racetrack. You can't just drive offline or drive on the apron to get out of the way. So there'll be definitely a lot of cars. There'll probably be a couple people mad at each other, getting in the way. So I think it's been fun all around for everybody in the sport. And it's one of those things that if you don't get that first lap in, you have a chance to go out there and cool your car down and redo it again and try to get it in. So I think you see, if you've been watching qualifying, a lot of people that don't get that first attempt, that mess up, they make a second run. And heck, for us last week, I was 22nd after my first run, and I messed the lap up. I wasn't happy with it. We went back out there and did it again and got into the final group. So it's good for the sport.
Going to a new team on a track that you know so well, talk about how you communicate how the car is running and how they fix it and how you feel how it works.
I mean, it's just a matter of building together. That's what each weekend we've been working on. I really enjoy this team. For me, when it comes to how small we are, it starts with Tad Geschichter and Jody, as I call the real boss, his wife, and Brad Doherty. They make this team feel like such a family. And, my group of guys, they work so hard because we don't have 60 people back at the shop getting cars ready. We legitimately have 3 or 4 cars. That's all we use right now during the year, and that's small for this sport in general. So it has nothing to do with me being new to the team, and they've been fast here. Marcus, when they were in the 47, he had a shot to win this race a couple of times. So we did a road course race last year at Watkins Glen. We almost had a shot to win that race. We ran out of fuel. So it more than anything, it's just each week and building more chemistry, building that friendship, that family atmosphere. So I feel like when it comes down to a small team, it's so important to have such a close relationship with everybody, because we don't have the resources, we don't have the money, say, a Hendrick has, but if we have a group as a family, you win together and you lose together, and that's what it's all about. So it's been really enjoyable. It's the most fun I've ever had on a race team. It's weird because that's probably the most pressure I put on myself too, because more than anything, I feel like I want to carry this team on my back. I want to make it into a great team, and that's what we're working on every day. So it's fun when we come out here to be at the track, but more importantly, just to hang out a little bit off the racetrack, whether it's go to dinner or just goof off. It's a good time.
You said you're here because you feel like you have a chance to win this race. Talk about what's going to be the difference between finishing first and 21st or 31st in 3 weeks.
Well, I mean, every weekend is so tough, and with my background being an open wheel guy and road course racing, it's something I've always excelled in. But it doesn't mean that we're going to come here and be the team to beat either. I mean, the Sprint Cup Series has gotten so tough, and we've watched the last how many years at these road course races, guys that you wouldn't initially think were the guys to beat. The Clint Boyer, Martin Truex last year. Everybody through 1 through 43 really is so good at any racetrack that you go to. But it's a racetrack that I feel like that being a home race for our sponsors, and just a track that I've always been pretty good at. We got a shot to go out there and contend. So there's so much that goes into the weekends and the race, especially fuel mileage, track position, just trying to stay on the racetrack if you get into an incident with somebody. This place, especially when it gets hot and the sun gets out, a lot of the time you wear rear tires really bad. So that's something I'm trying to focus on right now, is to make sure that you got a good handle on the car, but you don't burn the rear tires off it real quick. Because when it gets hot, it's easy to do. So just working on little things. Right now there's some stuff with our cars we speak right now that I'm not happy with. We got to keep kind of getting better, but really what the test is about is getting a good starting spot to start the weekend, because the track's going to change a lot throughout the weekend. So if we can leave here going, okay, we've made our box from this big to now this big, and what we're going to work in during the weekend, it's made our lives a lot easier.
Of course you want to spot and chase, but when you go out and race every weekend, are you thinking about that, or do you just take it lap by lap, race by race?
No, I mean, with our race team right now, the ultimate goal is to go win and make the chase. That'd be great, but we're not there right now. This is and my owner keeps letting me know this because I'm not very patient. So, this is a long-term deal. We're in this together for a while, so it doesn't have to happen overnight. We did this deal so late at the end of last year, going into this year. As I said, I mean, we legitimately have 3 or 4 cars right now that we rotate throughout all these races, which is tough to do, because if you have something that goes wrong, or like the All-Star race, to make the All-Star race was great. I thought we had a shot to win the race, but then we got caught up in a wreck, and unfortunately, that was our car we were going to run in the 600. So it put us way behind going into the 600, and we struggled throughout the course of the weekend. So it's stuff like that to say, to make the chase, yeah, that's the ultimate goal. And to come here and win the race, great. And if we're in the chase, spectacular. But I don't want to be in the chase just because we won a race, but that's not where we run every weekend. My goal is to get better every weekend. And there's going to be weekends that we've had this year that we've been awesome and thought we had a shot to win the race and had great finishes. There's some weekends you just struggle. You run 25th all weekend, and that's the nature of a small race team right now. So, yeah, I want to win races, and I want to try to have a shot to win the championship. But to say right now that's where we're at, we're not. So if we can just continually get better every weekend and say when we get to those last 10 races, whether we're in the chase or not, and say we're at our best, and that's the best we've been all year, that's the goal, is to be the best by the end of the year, no matter where that puts us.
How long are you signing with the team for next year?
Tad told me it was a lifetime contract if I wanted it. It's an official, it's 4 years, but he told me lifetime if I wanted.
So it's fair to say that you found a home. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, you never want to say this because you don't know what's going to happen in this world of NASCAR. But I can easily see this being my last team that I drive for in NASCAR.
All right, AJ, we'll let you get back.
Thank
I
you,
know
guys.
work to do. Thank you
Thanks
guys.
for coming out
See
today.
you soon.
Yep.